So this is the first day that I've had free since I bought this reverse trike to actually look it over and see what I got myself into. This is a 2012 and the manufacturer is Fang. It doesn't say Dong anywhere on it, thank God. It says instead Sunny. Nice translation from Dong into Sunny. Better word for sure. Model is DF300TKB. So it's 2017 right now. So this trike is 5 years old. And it's only got 214 miles on it. Go ahead and just go right into it here with all the stuff I've noticed thus far and all the build quality and everything else. First off, this thing lights up when you turn it on, but that's kind of dumb because if it's lighting up, you already have the key in there. And I thought the whole point of that would be to light up and help find the keyhole, but it's kind of backwards. Got a locked compartment here. It came with a tool bag that I removed temporarily because it was clattering and clanking on every bump. The sides here are a pain to clean. This indentation design fills up with gunk and dirt. I haven't tried to clean it very hard yet. I just gave it a once over and it's still kind of dirty looking. These side compartments rattle on bumps. I've only driven this thing like 3 or 4 miles so far since I got it. And there we go. So yeah, this is the first time I've actually opened this side. I opened the other side earlier. There we go. Inside of that thing. Kind of overdone, but then again, I guess it's nice to have enough storage space. The trunk is on the ignition key. All the side bags, or maybe it's not. I can't get the trunk open now, of course. Oh, it's because I thought the whole thing was going to open, but it's just this top little thing. That's actually a pretty good size compartment. You can see all the overspray and cheapness of it in there. It almost looks like it's got speaker outlets if you look here and there. And then it kind of comes out there if I was so inclined to make a sound system in this thing. But yeah, the ignition key opens the trunk, but the side compartments are on different keys for whatever reason. This taillight looks ridiculous. Kind of looks like a riced out Honda that a 17-year-old might own. I don't really care for it. It should be red. I mean, if it was red instead of clear, it would blend in great, but it looks kind of goofy as it is. So here's the stock exhaust. It does have disc brakes front and rear. Everything's stocked to my knowledge. This trunk has some imperfections. I'm not sure if the previous owner did that or what happened there. It's got the center stand. some lower quality type stuff going on like that. That would be the ideal right there. And that's not happening. Made in July of 12. I'll just go over a few more things before I get into all the front motion and how that stuff works. I'm sure this is no surprise, but the gas tanks right here, as it is on most Trikes, there's 2 places for hazard lights to be turned on. You can turn on the hazards here and there and or there. 2 switches for hazard lights. Then it has the low beam, high beam, and then this is a momentary high beam. Left turn signals are this upper portion over here, and then that upper portion in the back. This is a locking mechanism to maintain being upright, and there's a buzzer attached to it so you can't drive with it hydraulically locked. One other thing, the seat, if you turn to the counterclockwise, the seat pops up, and the seat's on a shock, which is pretty nice. Holds up there like that. And here's some storage, and then obviously the carburetor and engine are all tucked under this portion of the vehicle. Some iffy but workable welds going on. Now, what I found most interesting about this thing is how the front end actually works. So, as you make a turn, it leans, and when it's up on a jack like this, it actually sways that much. And that's still not maxed out. So this is a headlight cap that is currently not installed because the headlight was burnt out when I got it. But there's the pivot mechanism. These twin A-arms hooked up, all sway together, and these shocks do not get compressed at all during this kind of motion. The shocks actually get compressed when it hits a bump. And there's enough sway to deal with whatever happens. And then this is adjustable, and it appears to be on the softest setting right now. I haven't had any time to mess with that. Here is the brake cylinder, which is shared front and rear. It's not independent front and rear. And then pretty cool. So since this thing is 5 years old, the major problem I found that might actually have to be dealt with before I start riding it is the tire condition. Let's get a good spin on this. As you can hopefully see, there's a flat spot, and the tire is not perfectly round by a long shot. The other side's almost as bad. Yeah, so significant flat spots, which is no good. I do like the front grille thing. It's pretty cool looking, although this is so thin that, I mean, seriously, one big rock or something serious that hits that, it's never going to be the same shape again. It's got these LED running lights and these running lights. This is high beam, this is regular, and then these side things don't light up, I don't think. Pretty sure. Let's see if there's any wiring. No, there's no wiring under there. At least it has. I do like the fact that it has a center stand. I'll just give it a start up here, and I have to hold the brake on this side. So. Kind of needed two hands to do that. It's got RPM, digital. Yeah, it's got some vibrations for sure. These mirrors are a little bit unnecessarily showy, I guess. There's high beam. That's should be low beam, but it's, like I said, it burned out right now. So it's technically 278 cc. It's advertised as a 300, but it's 278. So I'm going to take it off this jack stand, and I'll just show you how crazy this thing can lean. Okay, I took it off the front jack stand there. It's still on the back center stand. And I gotta say, these fenders are kind of cool looking, but they do rattle a lot during hitting bumps, so I might be pulling these fenders off. These brackets here, and then just two simple bolts hold this whole fender assembly on. And if I get rid of that fender assembly, I could go up a few tire sizes if I choose to go that route, because I think the tires look way too dinky. And I think if this thing had more aggressive tires on it and bigger tires, it would probably ride a little bit better. With the more rubber you have, it's more, ability to absorb shocks from bumps. So I might be going up some tire sizes here and removing these fenders. Current size on these is 120/70 12s, and it has this. It's upside down. It's an eagle. Upside down right now, of course, but it's an eagle. Ridiculously cheesy eagle emblem. I got a bug right here I can't get out because there's like no clearance in there. I'm gonna try sticking an air hose in there, because this front area stops right about there. It goes all the way down to there. I haven't messed with any of the dash buttons yet. Hour, minute, a blank button, and then oil change. I didn't ask the previous owner if the gas was changed out or not. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you how far it leans. So after it's off the center stand, and I do not have the lock on there, it'll just fall to one side or the other. Nothing's hitting. This is the extreme of how far it can go. And that's another reason I want to get bigger tires, is because the rims are, even though this thing only has 200 miles, the rims both have curb rash already. And all that curb rash is sort of not cool, and I would like a little bit more rubber there to buffer everything out. But yeah, this is the extreme, and as you can see, I mean, the tires are pretty low on air pressure because of the flat spots. I only have the tires at about 10 psi right now. I originally had them at 20, but the flat spots were extremely noticeable when I was driving it. It was vibrating in the handlebars and everything. But maybe some new tires. I'm pretty excited to own something so random and uncommon, even if it is 100% Chinese and the build quality is not 100% at all. I would give it a mediocre type build quality rating. Alright, that's it.